Hello, my name is Richard Oliver and I'm the product manager for Uddeholm Hotwork here in Sweden. And I'd just like to talk to you a little bit about our tool steel Unimax for high pressure die casting and how it can be used. So Unimax is a very high quality ESR material and it's very different to some of the other materials that we have in the product range. For instance, Unimax can achieve a very high hardness of about 58 Rockwell, which means it can be used to very great effect in areas of high wear and erosion in high pressure die casting applications. It's also a pretty tough and ductile material, even at higher hardnesses. Now, why would you want to use a material like Unimax in the future? Well, as we all know, most of the foundry industry supplies the automotive sector, where you have just-in-time production. So the pressure to always keep great tool life and high production levels is incredibly high. So a core pin, for example, fails quite often in production. So if you can have a material that can last much longer, then that's a big advantage to you. But certainly you can't keep doing the same as you did before. So some core pins today are used in the H13 material. If we look here at the chemistry of H13, we can see that it's very different from Uddeholm Unimax. Unimax has much higher carbon in it, which means it can reach that higher hardness. But also you notice that the chemistry is very similar to Divar, which means it's got very good properties of ductility and toughness in relation to its hardness, which some H13s don't have as they get pushed up in high hardness. So the properties that it brings to high pressure die casting is basically excellent wear resistance or the ability to withstand erosion. It also has good toughness and good ductility for such a high hardness material. And you can get information on this from some of the Uddeholm sales organisations if you ask for this information. And also it has high resistance to tempering back, linked to its high hardness as well for sure. But if you look at it, it's second only to Uddeholm Curo 90 in temper back resistance. We see here in this chart the temper graph for Uddeholm Unimax. And we can see here that its temper is an extremely high temperature, which gives it these good properties and the good hardness range. And this makes it perfect for certain application like gates, if you can insert the gates of your tool, for example, core pins, and also for inserts. So the only restriction for Unimax would be consider the die design and the size of it. Normally we don't go more than 250 millimeters square in an insert with Unimax. Here we have some case studies from markets which show the great properties of Unimax. For instance here, we see that the failure is heat checking. On the example on the left here, you see that we have a 2367 material and it's 48 Rockwell and it gave 15,000 shots before failure. That failure being heat checking, in fact. Uddeholm Unimax, they've pushed the hardness up to 52 Rockwell. So remember, we've also said in previous videos that you fight heat checking by going up in hardness. And here it's worked with good effect because the Unimax has got 20,000 shots. And in fact, it's still running. It didn't need weld repair at that time, where the 2367 did need weld repair. So here we have another case study which shows a 2367 at 52 Rockwell. And this one did 3,000 shots before it needed weld repair. And it did a total production of 25,000 altogether. And the failure was erosion and what we call washout. Now if we look at the Unimax was 56 Rockwell. So again the hardness was pushed up. And this time it didn't do 3,000, it did 14,000 to first repair. And the total production was 90,000 shots. And again the final failure was erosion and washout. So this is a perfect example of how Unimax can fight erosion in the failure in high pressure die casting. My name is Richard Oliver and thank you very much for listening to me on Uddeholm Unimax.